Okay, next video. So we're still running here El Capitan on VMware Fusion 10. I have Windows 10 up here, so I'm going to suspend Windows 10 and then shut down El Capitan, and you'll see it's very ugly. So here's 10. I'm going to suspend Windows 10 on VMware Fusion. That doesn't take long, which is very suspicious. Now, say I want to just turn off the Mac, so I go here and I'm just going to do a shutdown, and this will take a long time. What I found is when this thing is sitting here and spinning, you can't interrupt it. You'll mess up your VM. So right there, it's saving the VM state because I forced it down by holding the power button down and just forced the machine off. And when it came up, my Windows 10 machine was corrupt. When I tried to resume, I couldn't resume. So when shutting down El Capitan with VMware Fusion 10, you have to wait for this whole thing to drain out. And this draining may take, I don't know, okay, a minute or two. There, it went off. So it took about a minute. I guess it isn't so bad. Okay, let's boot it back up. We're going to boot up El Capitan again from fresh. I found that macOS will boot faster after a few times you have run it and restarted it. It tends to optimize. Not sure how or why, but it does optimize. So there's the Mac chime. Maybe here in the 5th or 6th reboot it'll go faster. We'll see here. Doesn't look too fast. So it takes this thing probably a few minutes to boot. It's slow. Well, maybe not. Maybe a minute and a half. There we go. That's pretty good. Get back on here. Okay, now we're back in. Let's go back on here to VMware Fusion and bring Windows 10 back up. And there it is. Let's unthaw this thing from suspend. Resuming. So that's not real fast, but I guess it's okay, right? If you had work you were doing on here, whatever. So maybe that way's okay to resume it. So there we are. And if I want to go to full screen, I just go here to view, and I say full screen. That'll bring Windows 10 to full screen here. And to get out, I hold the mouse up here, and I say view, single window. And now I'm just going to shut this thing down, or I'm going to suspend it. So since that seems to work pretty well now, just going to suspend this thing like this. Suspending. And shut the machine down. I keep acting like it's Windows. It's not Windows, it's macOS. There we go. Shut down. And shut down. Now it's going to do its little spinny thing here again. If I don't run VMware, this thing just pops right down without even a little spinning ball here. So it's VMware Fusion that makes this thing spin down this stuff. It's probably what VMware did to save time. They just spin it down at the very end, which is kind of sick. So, oh well. And I'll pack this disk up and send it off to my friend. So it's taking some time to come down. As usual. And you can't interrupt it. Don't force it down. There, it just clicked off. So the server's off, Mac server's off. Let's pull out the hard disk here. So the hard disk, this is kind of a hack. So this is West Digital 8 terabyte disk, and this is red. It's a red disk. This thing does work on a Mac Pro. So my friend's got a Mac Pro and it works. This does work, but it won't allow power on reboot. It just won't work. You gotta power the whole machine down and power it back up to get this disk to run again. So anyway, how did I mount this thing? Well, it wasn't really cool. So all I did was I took out the back screws here, so they're gone, and I have the front screws mounting. That's because this disk drive has holes that are, you can see them there, kind of in the front. They don't match my sled, so the sled has holes here. The disk has holes here. The only holes that really match up are the first ones, but these are good. The alignment of the SATA connector here does align correctly with the internals of the computer. So you can put this thing in like this, it'll work. I don't like it doing that, but you can do it. I thought about putting sticky tape on here. I did try putting in some small tie wraps, and the clearance from here to the frame is about that much. The tie wraps don't work. And so there's no other good way to secure this thing, really. You could drill holes right here in the sled and secure it that way. And I thought about doing that, but this is for my buddy. It's for him to worry about, so I'll let him deal with it. It actually works fine if you put this in just the way it is. The drive will hang down. So if you pick this thing up, you'll see the drive will really hang down. But the good news is there's a there's a case there that the drive will rest on, so it works out fine. So good luck with your NAS drive. I would probably want to drill a hole in this thing. I don't like hacking up sleds, but I would probably drill a hole in this thing. I couldn't really figure out any other way to mount this thing. Maybe you could put a tie wrap around this whole thing. Let's see, could you do that? You'd want to hook this hole to here somehow with a tie wrap. That would be hard. There's really no good way to tie wrap this thing up. Maybe you could put a tie wrap here though and have it gripping here and going to there. The trouble is the tie wrap can't really exceed this side dimension. It can't stick out there and interfere. And the tie wrap, it definitely can't. It definitely can't go beyond the sled. I had a tie wrap that I tried tying into here, and I tied it around the sled, and that was a very solid fit, but it just didn't work. So anyway, okay, well, thanks for watching this. Hopefully you're not bored stiff. This WD RED drive does work well in the Mac. However, it does not allow a reboot to take place. The reboot will freeze, and then it comes up with a little circle line through it. So you got to turn off the whole power in the thing and power it back up. Then you get a clean reboot. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it is 8 terabytes, and this drive runs really, really, really cool. I think it's advertised that it only takes about 6.5 watts to run this drive. And yeah, it's a little noisy. It has seek noise and all that, but hey, this is a data center drive for a NASA array, so It's made for hard work, and it's gonna make some noise. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Yeah, my friend did want to have a lot of space. He saves videos and all sorts of junk, so we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.